since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? Let's... Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Decided by destiny. Shine down. Let me scry. Illusion shattered.
Not now.
Shadows of fate.
Stars shine for...
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right... No, wait! Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces. And he... Well, one thing's for sure, right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, there's no time to look. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for... Hey!
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about... If it's because of that battle on Nezuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't...
Oh, so you...
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems...
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit.
All right then. I'll just stay here.
Oh? It's you.
Thanks. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaedahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can—
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some—
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek, with the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of— Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
I sense some hesitation in your work. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether—
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still—
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more—
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me—
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious—
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important—
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade. Over time, these techniques— Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive.
In that case, I will send some—
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to— I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji...
It's about time he realized that.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
There, we'd like to ask you a quick... Do you know if anyone around here has been...
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaedehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any...
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Mr. Kaedehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are... To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa!
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. Sorry, but I wouldn't know where to begin.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought...
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would
Uh-oh. Looks like the...
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. This would be a complete...
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me.
You are much too humble. Oh, actually, let me tell you about it.
Sure.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from... One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma? Now,
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma 2 grown men going missing at the same... I recalled this because Amenoma...
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me.
sure, can't hurt.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start...
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time was pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
Ah, it's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head, and recite a special incantation. Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly
A wish ritual? That right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot, but get this. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find
His whole bed was filled with...
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. But whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try.
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around.
Really? Well, come on! if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him. Be careful not to get...
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an... On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, see those two? Paimon remembers them from the I published.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like...
No, it's not hear my summons, it's...
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me! Okay.
Incantation? Are you gonna...
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over... Anyway, I just know this is going to work.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this...
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. All right.
Look at you now.
Wait. What?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just as a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written.
Look, Junkichi. Yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish...
What's so surprising about that?
Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask Yai Miko about it? She's the expert when it comes to both life... If only we made less noise.
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly recommend it. Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy. Is this a bad time?
No, not at all.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster, so he once asked Sensei Domon of the Meikyo Shisui art to take him on, and Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must...
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. It's only natural that he feels a little empty and lost while he's trying to find a new direction. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar?
About...
5?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to... Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dream...
well, they're...
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new...
What?
Oh dear. Well...
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his brother sounds really bad. Come on, you should help him.
Okay, fine. Then it's...
Yay, Miko! Say...
Kato, whatever your name was. These two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange and supernatural phenomena. Exorcisms and that sort of thing are all in a day's work.
Yeah!
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight.
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo-jumbo while you're sprinkling it around. It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into... Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little... Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too. This is an...
This feels all wrong. But you technically have a point.
All right, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll become...
Okay, let's follow Yohei. What is going on here? Granted, you can never...
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past few days, but now...
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after... But that's not important right now.
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother, and also picking up a hand...
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we...
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and ask people what they know about the two brothers.
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
Huh? Debt collectors? No, we're not here for anything like that. But, it sounds like Yohei and...
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just...
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even asked Domon to be his sensei.
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as ever, bumming around in class instead of focusing on his training. In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to...
Wait, what?
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could.
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day, every day. Some training... Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that.
Hey there, we've come to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, we heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Do...
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting their own school and you're looking to sign...
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more
Well, you've come to the right person. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water. Mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover, but he was absolutely no...
Is Shingo really that...
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like, "What a duel. I've..."
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather...
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days.
Oh!
Quite impressed.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff?"
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists. Finally, I found my brother. He's at the waterfall, and I've got the soul...
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious details.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa, he's Hey, listen! He's
Woo! Can you feel? Found your own school. Ha! So shallow. Please, spare me. I can't take any more. I'm gonna... Yohei.
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's...
Huh? Who?
He stood up. And now...
No, don't...
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final breaths to cope. The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you about something. Would you mind telling me?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
You don't know. But surely you should have more insight than anyone else into how... Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully before you open your mouth again. Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started acting out of character. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me.
But...
As you wish. It's fine by me if you don't want to tell the... But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it.
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation. Just like the book described, we drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation, and lo and behold, after my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But because I was worried that if he goes back to normal, he'll lose his skill. If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor.
So then, what?
Well, 'cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something, and then no one would want to sign up as his disciple. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but let him keep his sword skills?
My, look at you. Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to the spirit that has possessed...
You're right. We were wrong.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
What is that?
It's the spirit!
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko! He fainted!
We do not... But you, little one. Just a quick fight, and this will...
Who's this? Ah, come on.
He's coming! Be careful!
There is no escape!
My guiding stars! Delve into destiny! No one escapes my sight!
Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! The mortal plane! A fleeting dream. Written in the stars!
I'm ready!
Hey! Not so hard!
There is no escape!
Not now!
Shadows of fate!
I'm ready!
Get him!
No escape!
Shadows of fate! Fate is upon you! Go, go, Spirit Buddy! Not now!
Shine down!
You win.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
He disappeared! But he looked pretty content at the... Huh. Well, Paimon sure is confused. Do you know what that was all about?
We can talk about it later.
Shingo, are you alright?
Yohei, I had the weird... I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't. And the voice kept...
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that.
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer. Then the spirit would have haunted your brother until he died of fatigue too.
Thank you, Lady Guji, and thank...
All right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak right now, having been possessed for quite... He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. Remember, this is the price... At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does not belong to you. But I think...
Yes, we understand now.
Thank you, Lady Guji. We'll be on our way then.
Nico, would they really have lost their lives if we hadn't gotten him? And if so, why the heck were you so reluctant to help out?
Oh, they would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two lazy rascals would have learned their lesson.
So, what was it?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Paimon's got it.
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to train Shingo to become bolder.
Huh. Fair enough.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it, so it disappeared. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately have been more effective than...
Whew. Well,
All right, seems like we've wrapped up everything here.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up, but are you sure about that?
You mean you disagree? Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book. Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book's the whole reason we came looking for you at the shrine today.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to summon the supernatural.
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book are actually capable of summoning spirits and stuff. And loads of people are trying it.
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do successfully summon a spirit with the incantation, it won't stay with them for very long. I really wouldn't fret about it.
But who wrote this book? And why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here? What do you think, Traveler? You're right. Big events in the light novel market should be at the center of her attention, surely. But she doesn't seem to care about this book at all.
Lady Yai, I finally found...
Kuroda, what are you doing?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please...
Let me see. What? We're losing market...
Yes. Overall bestseller, reader's favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A first-hand guide.
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it?
Things just got serious. A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the Yai Publishing House by every analysis. Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. If this isn't the very definition of intolerable, I don't know. I have to come up with a counterplan. And you are going to help me.
Huh? How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here? Oh, am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Wait, what just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but this feels all wrong.
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. I'm going to head back and make some preparations. Meet me out.
All right, Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai Publishing House.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the Yai Publishing House with the status of Guji Yai and tell everyone that the incantations in that book are dangerous!
Oh, wow. Your first guess... wrong.
Yeah!
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that the incantations are real. In bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic.
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require, going to such...
That means...
Well, I've been thinking. I've read A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. It has many other good qualities besides the incantation. The book contains many ancient kaidan, or tales of the supernatural, and is written in a very engaging way. That is why the book has become so popular. I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to rein in its popularity while it's the only work in its league on the market. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? You replace it with the next. So what we're going to do is create Inazuma, smash our rivals' sales numbers, and win our readers back. That is how Yai Miko... Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence of a first-hand guide.
Wait, Miko, so you want us to write a novel?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not forget that I am the chief editor of the Yai Publishing House. I have my ways. I did say this is what we're going to do. I trust that the word teamwork is in your vocabulary. Anyway, there is a writer submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have an idea of what the current trends are, come back and see me. I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious fantasy works with an original core concept and good storytelling. These days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the title. The only recent book worth mentioning is A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. Not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those yokai before.
I'll be honest, I read light novels for the cheap thrills. In most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc, usually involving a process of separation, loss, and ultimately growth and renewed strength. It reads well and everything, it's just a little... By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, where the protagonist is super strong right from the get-go. That's what I mean by cheap thrills. Action-packed right from page 1. The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations, but also
The key to a successful light novel is having good when to use illustrations, what they should contain, and which artists you should commission for them. These are all key things to bear in mind. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. But on the flip side, a bad illustration can ruin your novel, even if you have the best story in the world. There's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get words free. I'd agree with that. Too bad most of the top artists have jam-packed schedules, so it's extremely difficult to commission them. The illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it's unlike any art style I've ever seen before.
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized.
Ah, there you are. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very popular with young people. Satomi is Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories and all under different... They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks A First-Hand Guide to Summoning
Uh-huh. It definitely makes sense.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preference. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustrations, and lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one question. For example, we know we need an original core concept, but how do we come...
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target. Take A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. It all comes down to the size of the information. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma. What is commonplace to you may be fresh and original to them.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from... But that would make it a completely different genre than...
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do is provide some... As long as the core content is interesting, my expert team here will be able to flesh out the details.
Let's start with Chapter 1, then. What are you thinking? This sounds like a great one! Let's see here. With the help of some human... Let us work together. Well, that was an unexpected development. What happened to the grand adventure? What?
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9. The story certainly goes in an unorthodox direction, and the Dragon Girl sounds destined to be a hit character. Approved.
What the heck?
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. I think you really understand what we're trying to do here. Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this...
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Won't that do?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain. Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity.
Before it came to what? What's happening?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain worse than death upon the writer. They sell their souls just to get their Sounds awful! When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite to eat and take a proper break. Boss, get me a plate of fried tofu, and get some kushikatsu for these two. Just the basic kind will do. Don't worry, this is...
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko, we'll be getting...
Of course, everyone that takes part in the creative process will be paid.